Hello, everybody, and we are here. This is 30 Parks in 30 Days. Myself, Mike Redmond, the co-host, Darren Redmond. We are here. How you doing, Darren?
I'm doing fine. And, I don't know what team we're going to talk about, but I'm wearing my Colorado shirt today, my jersey. I don't know, maybe. So what team will we be talking about today?
Can you believe we're going to talk about the Colorado Rockies? Can you believe it?
I could not believe it.
This is just crazy. And they're a team. They're a team. That's the best way to describe them right
Yes.
now.
Mhm.
I'm going to be honest. We talk about some teams from 2024 and how can they improve. This is the one team that I feel like could possibly go in the wrong direction even further. And I hate to even say that, but when you look at the Colorado Rockies of 2025, we're going to dive in here right after we talk about our great sponsors. But I want to start with who they lost and then go from there. But Darren, can you share from our great friends at National Tax Solutions?
Sure, absolutely. Attention, Fort Pierce, Palm Bay. You have tax troubles? Nashville Tax Solutions has got you covered. Whether you're behind on returns, you're facing a lien, or just need expert advice, their team is ready to help and hear what some of the clients have to say. Chris Bennett and his team saved me from a financial nightmare. They're knowledgeable, clear, and compassionate. So don't let taxes stress you out. Reach out to Nashville Tax Solutions today. Call 855-627-4829. That's NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. You can email NashvilleTaxSolutions.com or just go and ask for info, at NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. Nashville Tax Solutions, where tax resolution is achieved.
Yes, thank you, Darren. And we got our cool little logo up there for the 30 Parks in
Love
30
that.
days. But and then at the bottom, you can check out if you forgot any of that information that Darren just shared. Go ahead and jot that info down. We got it right there at the bottom of the screen for you. So thank you again, Christopher Bennett, and
I just want to say something. You know how just we're increasing our number of subscribers. Let's not gloss over the fact that Chris Bennett and his fine team have expanded 100% from one location to two. How outstanding is that?
That is outstanding and not too far from Fort Pierce. So definitely have to check that out. And that's exciting, and that creates more opportunities for a lot of folks. And that means a lot of people are being helped and this reach is growing for them. So that's super cool. And so we know that Chris is an avid baseball fan as well. So we're going to dive into this episode. Here is the Colorado Rockies 2025. And this is a team. So I said I wanted to start with the key losses. And these names may not be like blockbuster names, but having followed them just a little bit is a big deal. Obviously, you have the retirement of Charlie Blackmon. Elias Diaz was a guy who I really thought was going to, because I think he led the American League in home runs in 2023. So this is a guy who had high hopes for, but that seemed to just didn't go the right way, and now he's elsewhere. Second baseman Brandon Rogers was supposed to be a big key of their future. He is now a free agent as of this recording. Starting pitchers Cal Quantrill and Dakota Hudson, and then Eliris Montero, a guy with a ton of power, actually is going to be playing in Japan this year. So that's a lot of key losses for a team but it's possible that they're like, okay, well, we know we have a far way to go. And these people, although they're talented, they're not part of our 2 to 3 year or 4 year plan. So we might just cut our losses now and go with that. So if you wouldn't want to speak on that a little bit in terms of those individuals, if any one of those stands out, or if you're kind of in agreement where they may be better off because they're not a team built for immediate success.
Well, I harken back to the Pittsburgh Pirates of the last couple of years, not so much last year, but when it looked like they weren't even trying. And they had a team that was very competitive, made the playoffs, first round, wild card. And then the last couple of years, they got rid of McCutcheon. They just got rid of some players, and it looked like they weren't even going through the motions. You mentioned Montero, and it's a shock to me that he's in Japan. Is there another team that might have wanted his services? What's going on there? Is there an injury? I don't know. but I'm just surprised. You have somebody like, Charlie Blackmon, who gave everybody who's a baseball fan a lot of, wonderful memories to watch him play and hustle. Even him leaving was sort of like, let's give the guy some flowers and some accolades, a chance to tip the cap, and as the fans, give him some applause. You really didn't get that chance. I don't know what this organization is thinking or doing. I know it is tough. I know it's tough, but it looks like they're not even trying.
It's exactly, and I think with we're looking at some of these off-season pickups, and I see Nick Martini, and I think that's the problem right there.
Yeah, and Barry Baloney, right? Nick Martini and Barry Baloney. Oh, and I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
He's probably on the list somewhere.
Yes.
But that's what it's turned into at this franchise. This is a team, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fan base that will support their team.
Oh, yeah.
If they're bad, they'll still be there, but they're starting to lose some of their regulars that will, that are the diehards, because it's like, what's going on here? You got guys at the top of that lineup, Brenton Doyle, Ezekiel Tovar, Ryan McMahon, that you're like, okay, this is, these are the guys of our future. We're going to build a team around them. But now you got a guy like Chris Bryant, who, that's great. He's slotted in the cleanup spot. But again, is he a guy that's really going to be part of your future? Are you rebuilding, or are you status quo? Because then he's the guy that probably should be moved and get some younger talent in there to replace him if he's not part of that. We've got Nolan Jones, a big power hitting outfielder as well, and some names that I'm not too familiar with. Michael Toglia, we got Thairo Estrada, Sam Hilliard, and Jacob Stallings. But I feel like, and this is the one team, you can make fun of the 2024 Chicago White Sox, but this is a team that could actually, the Colorado Rockies, go even further backwards than they are now. And I'm usually a pretty positive person, but there's not a whole lot here. When you look at, like, when we joked about these offseason pickups, I've heard of Colin Poche before, relief pitcher, but Martini and the rest of the gang there, it's not too exciting.
No.
Darren, if you got to find something right in there, is there anything that a Rockies fan could hold their hopes up to? Because they're in a division with the Los Angeles Dodgers that could win 130 games. They could.
I think you just answered your own question. I say this actually very seriously. Like, as you know, I have a partial season ticket plan with the Boston Red Sox, and I'm going to watch them rebound and do well this year. If I was a baseball fan, I would get a partial season ticket plan to support the Rockies for no other reason than because I'm going to watch the Dodgers come in. I'm going to watch the Padres come in. I'm going to watch, the Giants come in, and a scrappy Diamondbacks team that's 2 years from the
2 years from the World Series.
Series.
And a team that made a big splash this offseason signing Corbin Burns. So they're going to be probably an improved team from what they already are. So definitely a team to watch out for. And it's a little frozen on my end, so if you are talking and I'm talking over you, I apologize. But I'll keep going until you're kind of back there. But that is a division that it's tough. And they, right off the bat, all those divisional games that they're going to have, it's not going to be a cakewalk. And so I'm looking at their starting rotation. German Marquez, Ryan Feltner, Kyler Freeland is returning. He's someone who seemed to give up 8 runs a game, but it looks like you're back now.
I'm right here and my front. So there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
I am. That was my imitation of the Colorado Rockies. faded into oblivion just real quick.
I love it. And, we talk about, will a team be playing September, October baseball? This is a team I worry if they can be playing May baseball. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that someone on this team steps up. The only way a team like this can rebound is that you got to start off hot. And I'm not sure with their upcoming schedule if that's at all possible. But, maybe if they could sneak a few on a team like the Dodgers early on, because we know what they're going to be. But a team with all that talent sometimes takes a little bit of time to gel, together. So would you mind sharing a little bit, Darren? I know you had a thought there, but anything in terms of like where are you in agreement with me? Now they were 61 and 101.
Mhm.
Where do you have them falling in 2025? Is it lower than that or just a
No.
slight improvement?
No, I think that they're going to end up a little better than that. I think, don't get me wrong, if they get off to a slow start, they could rival the production that the White Sox had last year. But I think they're going to shoot for 500. I think a moderate growth. So here's this game plan. I'm very serious about this. What you have to do is take advantage of your home ballpark, look to win, 2 out of 4, go about 500, a little over 500 at home, and do the best you can on the road. And you just have to kind of take advantage of that home cooking, that light atmosphere out in Colorado, light air, hit home runs. Chris Bryant's going to end up pulling off the ball, but he's going to try to yak some out there as far as he can, because right now they're going to have to play for the 3-run homer. And I think that what they're going to do is probably win 72 games.
Okay. So that's a fair assessment, 11 win increase. Just to share this with you guys watching, they start the season off at the 3-game series at Philadelphia. Oakland comes into town, so that's not too rough. But then it's a sling of some playoff contenders. You have the Brewers, followed by the Padres, followed by the Dodgers. So it's going to be a rough early April for Colorado, as it usually always is.
Hey, listen, they remind me, I'm sorry to cut off, they remind me a lot of the Marlins. I mean, you think about it, because the Marlins have the Phillies, right? They have the Mets, they have the Braves. It's tough for these teams, it's tough for Colorado. It's going to be tough for Miami when we get to them, because there is no rest for the Rockies. They're in a really tough division.
Yeah, and and then the whole pitching aspect of pitching in that stadium and the altitude and everything like that. There's a reason why you don't see certain pitchers go to this kind of ball club, and if they do, it usually doesn't turn out too well. So, kind of rounding things up here, not very optimistic, but you know what? I'm a baseball fan, so prove me wrong, Colorado. I would love to eat my words here and say that they are a 3 or third or fourth place team. My final prediction for Colorado, they're going to go backwards to 59 wins. So I have them down two less wins than the year before. But prove me wrong. I would be happy to be wrong, because it's better for baseball if every team is competitive.
Oh, yeah. Let me just tell you this. As you know, I covered for 3 years the Class A team in Fresno. They have a good organization. They have some wonderful talent, and they care. But right now, that top team, the Rockies themselves, are just not very good. So wait till the kids get a little seasoned, mature, and come up. So right now, you're just in a wait mode. Enjoy some baseball.
Yes, definitely. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you're really enjoying this series. I'm excited to do it. We're excited to be here. Got many more to come. So thanks. Continue to keep watching us. Subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. And until next time, we'll see you around the ballpark.